Coming up on Mountain News this morning, progress in the fate of Black Jewel LLC at a bankruptcy hearing in West Virginia. And several churches in Kentucky and surrounding states teamed up to raise more than $11,000 for Black Jewel miners. Plus, the Gillum Foundation announced a gift of more than $700,000 to further help the Black Jewel miners.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
And good morning to you. I'm Neil Middleton. Today is August the 6th, and let's check in now with Brandon Robinson. Brandon drove over yesterday. We talked a little bit about the fog, a lot thicker this morning. I mean, I was glad I had those fog lights.
Exactly, and I'll tell you, the airport sensors, you and I were talking about this before the newscast, is showing not much today, but as you take a look there and we see what's going on those sensors, we're seeing more reports on the cameras than we are on the sensors right now. Less than a mile of visibility though at Harlan, 4 miles at London, 0 visibility at Williamsburg this morning. And so if you're on I-75 traveling or getting ready to hit I-75 this morning going south toward Tennessee, make sure you're taking care this morning. Take it slow and make sure you're using those low beams or your fog lights. Some visibility issues up toward Moorhead too, so just be careful this morning as you travel. Not much in the way of cloud cover, no rain in southwest Virginia like we had yesterday. We're going to continue to track that. Temperatures in the low to mid to upper 60s depending on where you are. Out the door forecast for today, it's going to take us into the mid to upper 80s this afternoon, a similar pattern to yesterday. We'll see a few more clouds later today than we did yesterday. I had the full forecast in just a few minutes. Neil?
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Well, lawyers and bankruptcy judge Frank Volk spent Monday in Charleston, West Virginia, trying to sort out who will take over Black Jewel Mines. Now, some progress was made, but some major decisions were still in limbo when the court adjourned late yesterday. As far as Eastern U.S. operations, we've learned the purchases for coking coal, Tie Fork Coal, and Mark Energy LLC were all approved. Now, Copper Glow Mining was the winning bidder for the Lone Mountain and Black Mountain properties, but disagreements with different entities like Quest Energy and Caterpillar are still undetermined.
I don't believe it would have come about as quickly. I believe eventually there would have been some resolution to this, but it's very apparent that the protests have helped tremendously, especially in catapulting this to the national spotlight.
Nearly 40 miners and their families attended yesterday's hearing. While the miners are waiting to hear more answers from day 2 of the court hearing in Charleston, their spirits are high after the Gillum Foundation announced a gift of more than $700,000. WYMT's Emily Bennett has more.
An unexpected gift.
$2,000 per miner is certainly going to go a long way in helping these people get back up on their feet.
Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley says he got emotional when he received word about the donation.
He wanted to do something that would be meaningful to them, and he knew what they were going through, and he felt terrible about what they were going through, and he wanted to step up and do something that would help them out in this difficult time.
Ross Keegan, an advisor for the Gillum Foundation, says Richard Gillum wanted to make sure the miners knew they were appreciated.
He chose an amount, a significant amount. He chose $2,000 per family, even though we'd identified over 500 families. So in total, between the Harlan County gift, the Letcher County gift, and the Virginia gift, it totals over $1 million.
Leaving some miners overwhelmed.
It is greatly appreciated what they've done, and we don't know how to repay them. I mean, we would love to know how we could do it.
This money will help get them out of debt.
The bills that have backed up, it's going to catch me back up. At least be close anyway. And I can speak, pretty much for the other miners. It's going to be the same for them. It's going to help them out amazingly.
A gift they never saw coming.
Now, this isn't the first time the Gillums have helped Harlan County. When Richard Gillum sold his mines in 2010, he actually gave his roughly 1,200 employees $80 million. Now, that was broken up in bonuses and 401k contributions. The foundation also gifted nearly $300,000 to Letcher County yesterday as well. Well, Harvest Worship Center in Harlan teamed up with other churches in Kentucky and surrounding states to raise more than $11,000 for the Black Jewel miners. HWC handed out cash to any Black Jewel miner who showed up to yesterday's event. Miners say they are grateful and every bit helps.
Anything helps, everybody appreciates it, and I'm glad that they're doing this. And we got generous people around the country, state, everywhere. I'm glad that they can do stuff like this for us.
Our Father's House in Pineville also held an event yesterday aimed at giving financial help to the miners. Harvest Worship Center's Pastor Bo Lee says they were able to help 76 families from all across Kentucky. Governor Matt Bevin announced more than $15 million in excess coal severance tax revenue will be given to cities and counties that qualify through a revenue sharing program. Local governments can use those funds in a variety of ways, including public safety, environmental protection, health, social services, public transportation, and workforce training. 49 counties and 122 cities will share the money. Now, we have a list of those on WYMT.com. Yesterday in Muhlenberg County, crews stopped recovery efforts in the search for a man who fell down a mine shaft. On Wednesday, officials say 62-year-old Richard Knapp was taking apart an elevator so the mine could be sealed. They say methane gas in the mine exploded, causing Knapp to fall. Mine owners say it is too dangerous to lower workers into the mine to search for Knapp's body. Well, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. And later, one airline is donating $150,000 to support Dayton and El Paso after this weekend's deadly rampage.
I think we're going to squeeze out one more nice day before those rain chances move back in on the full forecast in about 3 minutes.